They were built in America, but they fought in Russia. The M4 Sherman, the iconic Allied tank, wasn't just a star of the Western Front. It also rolled through the Eastern Front under a red star. When Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union in 1941, the Red Army was caught off guard. Despite having massive numbers of tanks, they lost tens of thousands in the first months of Operation Barbarossa. To keep the Soviets in the fight, the US and Britain sent massive aid through a program called Lend-Lease. It included everything from trucks and boots to tanks, and one of the most important of those was the M4 Sherman. Between 1942 and 1945, the United States sent the Soviet Union over 4,000 Sherman tanks, mostly the M4A2 variant with a diesel engine. At first, Soviet engineers were skeptical. The Sherman wasn't as heavily armored or armed as their new T-34-85, and it looked boxy and foreign. But the Sherman had reliability, something the Soviets respected. It started in cold weather, had a smooth ride, came with radios and spare parts. It was easy to repair. Soviet crews began to appreciate the Sherman, not as a breakthrough tank, but as a solid workhorse that filled gaps while Soviet factories caught up. The Shermans were assigned mostly to Guards tank units, the Red Army's elite. They were used in massive offensives like Operation Bagration in 1944, crushing the German Army Group Center, and the Vistula-Oder offensive charging toward Berlin. Soviet crews nicknamed them MK, from the M in M4. Some even preferred them over early T-34s due to better crew comfort and optics. That said, they still had downsides. Shermans could be knocked out by powerful German tanks like the Panther or Tiger, and Soviet doctrine emphasized mass over precision, something the Sherman wasn't designed for. In total, the USSR received about 4,100 M4A2 Shermans, equipped with 76mm guns later in the war, more effective against German armor. Diesel engines, preferred by the Soviets because they matched other vehicles. American radios, spare parts, and even food supplies were included in the crates. Shermans made up around 8% of Soviet wartime tank strength, but they were crucial during supply shortages and massive offensives in 1944 to 45. After the war, the Soviets phased out Shermans quickly. They didn't fit Soviet designs or logistics long-term, but their impact was real. American-built tanks helped the Red Army stay mobile, replace losses, and keep up the pressure on Nazi Germany. It was a rare case of East and West working side by side, even if only temporarily. Today, you can still see Lend-Lease Shermans in Russian museums, often displayed with red stars painted over the U.S. markings. Thanks for watching Quick History. If you like this story of unlikely allies and forgotten machines, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Would you rather crew a Sherman or a T-34?